How goes it, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. This is another little episode of Patterson No Properties talking about real estate. And I just wanted to talk about a little quick subject, and as far as anniversaries. Today marks an anniversary when I started my real estate journey in the state of Pennsylvania. Didn't know what I was really expecting, and from a real estate perspective, growing up in Northern Virginia my whole life. But I noticed the differences between the prices, which is obviously the best thing, much more affordable for working people to get into the real estate game, and two, the level of how the property's supposed to look. A lot of people are a lot more mellow and laid back and reserved and aren't looking for all the fancy dancy nonsense when it comes to when they buy a real estate home or renting a real estate property. Because, obviously if you're getting charged six or seven or $800 a month for rent, that's much better than compared to the standards around the United States. Like if you go to New York, Atlanta, Miami, Houston, definitely Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Denver, Colorado. These are areas that, have some of the best job markets in the country and have, obviously with that, they have higher real estate prices for their properties and they have higher rents. So it's always a funny thing when you notice the difference when the job market is much better and the owners of those properties know that they can basically capitalize, because America, a beautiful capitalist country, nothing wrong with that. That's how it should be. Capitalize on a specific situation. They know that people are getting paid high salaries, that they can afford $2,500 a month instead of $800 a month. And obviously people that make high salaries would love to be able to have pay, if they're paying rent, to pay $700 or $800 a month. But a lot of time, most of the time, or have a mortgage that's about $300 or $500 a month. So, but realistically, areas that it costs that much, the salaries really don't, basically they meet the same equation to what the rent's going to be, or the actual value of a property is going to be. So that's just what it is. The simple economics 101. If you're in an area where people are getting paid high salaries, or you have a lot of rich people, then obviously the value is going to go up. If the job market is way high and you don't have a high unemployment rate, then the cost of living is going to go up. It's just what it is. And in the areas where it's a vice versa approach, hey, usually the rents are cheaper, and the actual, if you're in Wyoming, and it's not a diss to any state or anything, so don't get in your feelings. If you're in Wyoming, the cost of a property there is going to be way cheaper than even in the property. I'll even go a cheap state in Texas. That's a great example, because Texas is one of and Florida are real great states in the South, where you see there's a lot of prosperity and whatnot. And if you make the comparison, obviously, to California, New York, or DC, it's going to be much cheaper. But still, most of the salaries don't equate to on the six. You don't have as many six-figure salary people or residing in those specific areas like you do in a place like the DMV area, New York, California, et cetera, and so forth. But you have people making decent wages. And obviously, so therefore the property equates. But in a lot of cities, like in the major cities in Texas, you see some gentrification going on, just like you see in every major city across the country. And I've seen it. I haven't been to any other cities, but I've been to Houston and I've been to Dallas, and I see the gentrification going on, and the cheap state in the South. So, but crazy thing is, and with no personal income taxes or lower taxes in states like Florida and Texas, which is an awesome thing. But still, if you make the comparison of Wyoming or North or South Dakota or Kansas, is still going to be, or even parts of Pennsylvania, Indiana, it's still going to be 10 times cheaper to reside in those areas than it is in the metropolitan areas of Texas. Now, obviously, if you go the further away from the major cities like any other state, the cheaper it's going to get. I could talk about this all day, but it's just, it's just the numbers. It's just what it is. Even in expensive states like New York and California, the further you get away from the major cities, the cheaper the value of the land is. It's just what it is. Even in Virginia, the closer you get to D.C., the more expensive it is. The further away from D.C. you get, the less expensive it gets. It's just dollars make sense. Same thing in Maryland. Closer you are to Washington, D.C., the more expensive it is. The further you get away, the less expensive it gets. So, great examples. But anyways, today's the anniversary of starting my new real estate journey in the state of Pennsylvania, and I'm working on my next deal. and I'm actually going to review the contract today. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a good deal. Obviously, have most likely have that closed on and I'll make a video about it and at the property. But life is good, and I made this video because it's like, hey, it's like I'm doing this on my anniversary, and I just think it's awesome, and I just wanted to share the kind of joy that I'm feeling right now, and I hope that you, whoever you are in your real estate journey, continue on your success. No matter if you're wholesaling, no matter if you're a real estate agent, no matter if you're renting properties like I'm doing. I do wholesaling and rental properties. Continue the journey. Enjoy the journey, appreciate the journey. It's going to be hard, and you're going to learn stuff the easy way, and sometimes you're going to learn stuff the hard way. But they say, if you're not learning, you're not growing, and if you're not making a mistake, then you're not really learning. So nothing can be perfect. I wish life, if it was, then we all be billionaires right now. But we know that's not the reality. Nothing can be perfect, but you still appreciate the journey, still keep going forward, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you cannot get into this industry. If you got the will, the know-how, and you have YouTube, so you really don't even need to read that many books. But I encourage you to read as many real estate books that you can. Get around people who are like-minded, which is always the number one thing, because if somebody cares more about the Redskins or the Dallas Cowboys winning compared to your real estate team winning, then you guys really aren't going to mesh well, in my personal opinion. So I'll just leave it at that. So just have to keep like-minded people around you. Be thankful for what you are and what you have, even if you're not where you're at. You'll get there eventually, but you got to appreciate the journey, because if you can't appreciate what you have now, you're not going to be able to appreciate what you have in the future. So I leave it at that. And so I'm going to go look at this contract and be happy. It's doing this on my Pennsylvania real estate anniversary. And, just continue to fight the good fight. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's like I said, don't ever let anybody tell you can't do something. I don't care if you got a GED, high school diploma, master's degree. All that's irrelevant when it comes to you going after your dreams. And if that's a part of your dream, then good. You got your degree, you got your diploma, you got your certification, good. But it doesn't make you any better than anybody else. Remember that. Me doing what I'm doing right now doesn't make me better than anybody else. I'm a humble person. I always say, try to remain humble to anybody else, because we all could die today, or we could all lose it all today. So enjoy the journey, continue to hustle, continue to make it happen, get a little bit smarter today than you were yesterday, and et cetera, and so forth. And don't be around the people that are concerned about things that have nothing to do with changing your daily life. That's all I can say on that one. It's great to have fun. It's great to be entertained, entertained and whatnot. But if it has nothing to do with really changing your life, if you're on this journey of real estate, stick to those people who are on the same journey or who are already there, because that kind of mentorship and information that they can give you is invaluable. So enjoy your life. Please subscribe to the channel. So I only put out like one video a month because I have my other channel, Larry's Anything Goes. But, we're all busy, but we all got to do what we got to do. Let's connect, let's build, and let's get something going. Own or be owned, as Andre Hatchett says, and I'm out. Take care.